everyone, Sania here. Welcome to one of our cooking lessons online. Today we're going to be learning how to make a fruit salad. Now fruit salads are very traditional to British cuisine or desserts, and I mean certainly when I was a child growing up, fruit salads was a staple pudding in our house. You can make fruit salads with a whole variety of different fruits. It really depends on what your taste is. Traditional fruit salads have things like apples and pears, bananas and grapes and oranges in them. But if you wanted to make something a bit more exotic or tropical, then you can add some pineapple, some papaya, peaches. You know, you can do whatever you like with fruit salad. You can also use the fruit salad in a variety of ways, so you can have it just very traditional, just with the kind of juice of the fruit, or you can add it to yogurt. You can use it as part of another type of dessert, so it's pretty versatile really. So what I'm going to be using in my fruit salad today is just the fruit that I happen to have at home in my fruit bowl. The first one I'm going to start with is a banana. We always have lots of bananas at home because we're always making smoothies and banana cake and all sorts. And I have a bunch of bananas here, but really you have to be quite careful about what type of banana to pick in your fruit salad. You have to make sure that it's just ripe enough, because if it's not ripe enough, then it will be quite sort of hard and not very sweet. And if it's too ripe, then it will be quite mushy. So you know if you have the right kind of banana from the colour. And I have a bunch here, and as you can see, some of them are quite ripe. They've got lots of brown spots in them, which means that they're probably a little overripe. So I'm going to try and pick one that's not too ripe. That one's okay. It's got a good colour to it. You can also tell, if you squeeze the banana, you can tell by the texture of it as well. If it's too mushy, it will be too soft. So this one is perfect for me. I'm going to use a banana. I'm also going to be using an apple. And an apple is great in a fruit salad because A, you don't have to peel it. All of these fruits are really rich in vitamin C, and you'll find that lots of the vitamin C is actually contained in the skins and just beneath the skins. So it's actually much healthier for you to keep the skins on the fruit. So apple also provides texture. So it makes the fruit salad a bit more crunchy, a bit more almost kind of filling, if you like, because you have to do a little bit of chewing as you're biting into that apple. In the same way, I have pear, very traditional to this country. This pear is a little on the hard side. Ideally I would have it a little bit softer, but I only seem to have these pears at the moment, but I'm still going to include it because I quite like, you know, firm bitey stuff in my fruit salad. I don't like it all too mushy. So again, don't need to peel it. What I would say is that you really should be washing your apples and pears. You don't have to wash your banana obviously because it's got a peel on it. The other fruit I'm going to use is melon. So this is a honeydew melon. I have half of it already open here. You can see all the seeds inside. I'm not going to be using all of that melon, probably about half of it. And I'll show you how to peel and to cut up that melon as well in a minute. And the last thing I'm going to be putting in my fruit salad, some berries. Now berries are wonderful because again they're really highly nutritious, and they also are beautiful to look at, so they make your fruit salad really attractive. Raspberries and blueberries here, so we have a really sort of a rainbow coloured fruit salad, which is fun to look at as well as to eat. And first I'm going to start with banana. So some people find it a bit tricky peeling a banana. So I can show you, because if you try to open it from here, sometimes it doesn't give. So I'm going to show you a very, very easy way to do that, and that's with a knife. You just get a little knife and you make a slit across the top of the banana like that, and then you'll find that it really easily peels open. Okay, so let's peel that banana first. Okay, and I've also got a little bowl here. I'm going to put all my peelings and all the bits that I don't want to go into the fruit salad into the bowl, because I want to stay nice and tidy as we're going along. And then I'm also going to be chopping the banana into slices. So I have a small and a large knife. That knife's been very noisy. So I'm going to show you how to just slice the banana up. Remember, when you're slicing, always to keep your fingers out of the way, and if they are going to be in the way, then keep them as a claw shape so that you don't end up tripping them off. So banana's done. I'm going to put that on a plate. Normally I'll be picking up the bananas and popping them in my mouth, but I won't do it for this video. The next thing I'm going to be doing is the pear. So you can chop a pear however you like. I mean, what I tend to do is I will chop the stalk off, then I will chop the top of it off, and then cut the pear in half. And just to remind you that I have washed this fruit beforehand, okay? So with the pear, I mean, I would pick it up and cut it, but if you don't feel confident doing that, then lay it flat on the board, chop it down the side, and then you want to be taking the middle bit out. You can either do this with a big knife, or if you're not confident with a big knife, you can use a small knife. So you take the middle, the core, which tends to be kind of quite hard and inedible, out. When you have that done, then you can just chop it into small slices as well. Again, chop it to whatever size fruit you like. So I'm just going to use half of the pear for the time being. And don't forget, again, to put your peelings into the bowl. And we'll put that half a pear out the way. The next thing I'm going to be chopping up is the apple. Again, chop it in half first. That's always going to be easier. And then lay the flat side onto the chopping board. Chop it in half. And then you want to be taking the core out. So you remove the core with a knife here. Now you might find that you need some help doing this part. So please ask whoever's helping you to give you a hand. I would then chop the apple slightly thinner and then into pieces, because you don't want like really large pieces of apple. And remember to keep your fingers tucked underneath. So we're going to be using half of that apple. Now the next fruit is going to be a little bit more challenging, and that is the melon. So I've already chopped this melon in half, I've already eaten it. So again, if you have a melon at home, then please ask somebody to help you chop this up. Now what I would normally do is cut a big slice off it. Again, it doesn't really matter how you do it. Just put that a bit away, and then take the seeds out. Do it with a knife, it's much easier. Pick up all your pips, put them into the bowl. And then you're left with this big slice here. Okay, so what I would probably do, if I had a slice like that, is cut it one more time into a smaller slice. And then I would use my small knife to then peel the flesh away from the thick outer layer. That will go into my bowl, and then chop that melon into slices. The other way that you can do it, that some people prefer, is that they chop the melon into slices first, and then use a larger knife to then remove the flesh from the rind or the peel, and then you have it already kind of like dropping out of the slice, which is nice and handy too. So there is the fruit that I have prepared so far, and then if I add some of these berries to the fruit salad, I have my fruit. So here is the fruit all prepared on a plate. We have the melon, we have bananas, we have pear and apple, and some blueberries and raspberries. And I'm going to now show you what you can do with some of that lovely fruit. So I think I'm going to have some of my fruit with some yogurt. You can put some juice on this fruit salad if you wanted to, which you would make by just having a little bit of water and adding some juice of an orange, maybe a squeeze of lemon juice, and some sugar to make a diluted kind of liquid mix, and then put the fruit in. But I tend to just like having the fruit as it is and using it with other ingredients like yogurt. It's a very, very large tub of yogurt I've got here. So I'm going to pick out some of the fruit. This makes a really, really healthy pudding as well, especially after Easter when we've been eating lots and lots of Easter eggs. So we have a lovely pretty bowl of fruit, and I'm going to balance it out by adding some yogurt. So what yogurt does, it's very rich in protein and also in fat. And that balances out the sugar from the fruit and makes it more of a complete dessert. So a nice dollop of yogurt, yummy. I've got natural yogurt here. I don't really need fruit yogurt because I've got all of this fruit in the bowl already. And then to make it even more nutritious, you can add some seeds, some nuts. I love pecan nuts, so I've got some pecan nuts here in a bowl, which I'm going to kind of just crush up with my fingers and sprinkle over the top. And another one. If you wanted to, you could drizzle some honey or some maple syrup over the top to make it even more luxurious. So here we have it. We have our lovely fruit salad with some natural yogurt and some crushed pecans sprinkled over the top. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to hope you try it at home yourself. And please send me some pictures of whatever you've made and feedback to me, and let me know how you got on. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.